Hey guys, Josh Carter here with OneObjective. In today's video, we're testing out 5 different plopper baits like this, so stay tuned. Alright guys, like I said in today's video, we're going to be going over 5 different Whopper Plopper style baits. The last video that we did, we ended up testing out the Chapo and the Whopper Plopper, and we had a lot of questions about how come we didn't test out the Double Down from Bass Pro Shops. And then now, since then, we've got the Revolver from Googan Baits. And then also, just for one that was fun, was the Chapo 120, but it's the buck tooth, just like this. Right here, it looks like a little beaver. So, but anyways, this one's a little bit bigger than all the other ones that we tested, but I seen it. We wanted to try it and see what it sounded like. So we're also going to be talking, and we're showing you a lot of the different sounds of each bait. So stay tuned as I'm talking, going over each bait. I'm going to show you the sound of each one. So, but I'm also going to be reviewing these baits and giving you kind of what my opinion is on each one. Now I'm going to tell you right now, I love the Chapo and the Whopper Plopper. I think they're by far the best 2 baits out there in the Whopper Plopper style bait. So, but I also had one that I had a big issue with on it being consistent. And you know, I like consistency when it comes to running your topwater baits. You know, I don't want to have something that you make a good cast and it don't run good, and then you make another cast and it runs great. So, but anyways, let's kind of dig into it and we'll talk about them. So first off, we're going to go over the Revolver from Googan Squad. This bait actually was really impressive. I didn't know what I was gonna think about it. You know, I'm one of them ones, like, you know, you got a lot of guys that are on a Googan bandwagon, you got a lot of guys that aren't, but I'm kind of in between. You know, we throw some of their soft plastics as well, along with other companies, but you know, when it comes to the hard baits, I didn't know if I was gonna like this or not. But to be quite honest with you, after throwing it, and the sound that you get from this bait is pretty impressive. It's a pretty deep, hollow, like sound. I don't know. It's hard to explain, but I'll let you listen to it here, and then we'll get back to it. All right, well, like I said, I'll let you make your own opinion on each one of these baits and what you think of the sound, but I was really impressed with it. The only thing I had a problem with this bait is when you cast it, and sometimes you have to do this with Whopper Plopper, but not quite as often, is when you first cast it, you got to kind of pop it a little bit to get this to start spinning. But once you get it done, once you pop it just a little bit, it spins with no issues. It's got a really good sound. Like I say, you don't have to work it real fast, just a real slow, steady retrieve. And I mean, it's a phenomenal bait. I mean, it's really smooth. It comes with fairly good hooks. I mean, they're pretty daggone sharp. I was surprised. So, but like I say, this is the Googan Bait Revolver. You can check them out at Dick's Sporting Goods or you know, online anywhere, Tackle Warehouse, all that. But pretty impressed with that bait. Now, the one that I'm gonna be quite honest with you, I did not like it whatsoever. I had a lot of issues with it trying to make it run right. I had a lot of issues with it even trying to work correctly. And this one is the Double Down Plopper, what they call it, from the XPS Bass Pro Shops one. The issue I had, and hopefully you can see in the video, is sometimes this would spin, sometimes it wouldn't. Most of the time it wouldn't. I actually tried to adjust it, because this is the wire that runs all the way through it. A lot of times the bait was trying to spin up, so by the time I got it back to me, it was like this. And if a fish comes up and hits it right there near the boat or anything, or if it's doing it further out, I don't know, they're gonna have a good chance of missing the hooks. And like I said, I kept playing with it. Maybe I just got a bad one, I don't know, but it was very irritating trying to get this bait to run right. But here's the footage of that in the pool. right, well, hopefully you guys could see, you know, what it looked like running in the water. I mean, it has an okay sound. It's kind of quiet, but mainly it was because this right here was the only part that was turning. And I feel like say, if the bait keeps turning to its side, it's kind of taking away some of the water coming to it from the side here. Because like this wasn't even in the water hardly sometimes. I mean, it feels smooth. I tested that. It's very smooth. I just could not get the bait to run right. So that's the Double Down by XPS. You can get them at Bass Pro Shops. I mean, the hooks itself, they look okay, but I would, if you get one that runs right and you like using, I would definitely change your hooks to either some Mustad triple grips or you know, whatever you like. But I would definitely change your hooks on these. They're not a good looking hook. The other one was the Chopper Bucktooth. Now this right here, like I say, this is a bigger bait. When you look at it compared to a regular Whopper Plopper, it's a bigger bait for sure. It's got a bigger paddle tail in the back. I mean, it's a hoss of a bait, especially when you're throwing it and all that. But I will say though, when you listen to the sound, it's got a heck of a sound to it, and it looks, I mean, I'm excited. Oh God, I didn't mean. I'm excited to try this though out on the water. I just, you know, like a lot of the places that we fish, and maybe you guys fish too, we see a lot of beavers. And I imagine certain times of the year after, you know, the beavers have their babies or whatever, you know, got to do your research on that. I don't know when that is, but, you know, this might be a perfect little bait, especially like on some of your rivers and lakes and all that stuff. I mean, it's just, but I'll let you listen to the sound and let you know what I think about it. I never had, like when I casted this out, I never had to jerk it. I mean, all I had to do was turn the reel and she started working perfectly. So every cast, I mean, you know, you're talking 10 or 11 casts in the pool here, and I've done that with every bait to see if I can keep consistency with all of them. And this one, compared to, you know, like the Double Down and the Revolver from Googan, this was the most consistent. I mean, I never had any issues when I casted it whatsoever. So it worked great, flawless bait. I really like this. I'm going to be adding this to the arsenal this year as well. Next, you'll see is the Chapo. I mean, this is a great bait. This bait compared to river to sea, and you'll see in the video here in just a second, this one's got a deeper sound. And this is a newer river to sea. I thought maybe they would change something. I don't know if anything got changed or what, you know what I mean, from last time we did a video. But this one, the Chapo, still has a deeper sound to it than this one. And you can tell in the blades and how they're made in the back. This one's got a little bit more of a cup, as you can see there, compared to the Whopper Plopper, the original river to sea. I still love both baits, and I still use both baits. But I don't know, I cannot pick which one I like the most. And you know, you guys down in the comments below, let me know, which one do y'all like the most? I mean, I know a lot of you guys started with the Whopper Plopper and then moved over to the Chapo. And some of you guys have also just only thrown the Chapos, what got you into throwing it. So, but let us know down below which one you like the most, because I'm torn between them. I really like both baits. I try to get the bone color in them in all my topwater baits, especially these plopper styles that you can see, like some of the ones that we tested are all in that bone color. So that's just one of my favorite colors to go to. So, but anyways, I'm gonna have the sound for the Chapo and River to Sea, and see what you think. All right, guys. Well, that's the sound clip on the River Sea and the Chapo. I mean, like you say, you can tell that this one noticeably has a deeper thump to it than the River Sea. But like I said before, I love them both. I got bunches of them of both brands in my box that I throw, and like I say, I try them both. You know, sometimes I have two of them tied on, especially when I'm fishing a river, because I've had times where they'll hit this over the River Sea and then vice versa. I don't know if it's something with the sound, or maybe just a little bit difference in color. I don't know. But and I've also been fishing with buddies that have thrown the Chapo and the other one throwing the River Sea, and one catch more than the other. It just depends on the day. So but anyways, all these baits were thrown on the same rod and reel, the same line, and basically the same retrieve. The only difference was just getting them going. And like I said, the only ones that I had issues with getting going, one was Double Downer, the XPS. Couldn't ever get that one going. And then the Revolver by Googan Squad, all I had to do was just pop it a little bit to get the blades going, and didn't have no issues after that. So, but all of it was thrown on 20-pound test, Power Pro line. You can get it at Walmart. That's what I throw on all my Whopper Ploppers, all like my topwater baits like this style here, I throw braid on. But I mean, and then I was just using a 6-4-to-1, what'd it be, about hit me in the face, but I was just throwing a 6-4-to-1 gear ratio, Abu Garcia, and just, you know, just a steady retrieve. You don't have to work them real fast. You don't have to, you don't want to overwork them, you know what I mean? So you just want to, just a steady retrieve. Some days you can change it up where it's a retrieve, stop, retrieve, or just steadily retrieve, or just, you know, burn it a little bit more, a little bit faster, but you don't want to get too fast because then you're messing up the action of the bait. So, but other than that, guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. Let us know down in the comments below which bait you like the most. If there's any other baits out there that you'd like us to test, do a comparison to that are in the same category, let us know. We love to hear that. So, but anyways, I hope this video helped you guys out. I hope, you know, it helps it make it easier when you're going to purchase some topwater plopper style baits. So, other than that, we'll talk to you later, guys. See you.